Good morning. Welcome to Community Voice. I'm your host, Keith Parris. I want to thank everybody for joining us this morning. Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning.
Good morning, Clark. Good morning, Jermaine. I know Debo is listening. Good morning, Debo. I was having one of those things where you do a documentary and then you kind of sit down and then they start talking that first shot where you get into the seat.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of dope.
I like doing that, man. And then, you just kind of...
Wait, what?
When you do a doc, they're getting ready to do your interview. They show you walking in, sitting down, getting seated, getting ready to do it. That's part of the
initial shot of it.
Yeah.
So that happened here?
Just happened. Just like that.
Yeah, I missed it.
So that happened here?
But been in that seat since I've been here. When did you do the walk-in part? Where was I?
When I went and closed the door.
I got you. I'm slow. Okay.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to tell you, man, every year I go to the YMCA King breakfast. It is cold. It is not, brutally cold.
Yeah, but it's funny because it seems
make you
like,
want to stay home.
Yeah, it seems like every King Day it's like ridiculously cold. Like ridiculous.
Yeah, why did they have his birthday in January?
And why didn't they move it to see? Hey man, that's a conspiracy.
They picked the coldest month to have his birthday.
I mean, man,
we need to talk about that.
Hey, listen, man, they could have moved it to May, man.
Moved it
coldest month, one of the coldest months of the year.
Listen here, man. If they can move Easter, because I'll be confused on what day Easter is.
Easter rotates.
So since they can rotate Easter, they can rotate his birthday.
Well, one day they don't rotate though. It's Christmas.
Yeah, ain't there something?
They happen every December 25th.
But how is it? And again, a conspiracy with a Z. But how is it?
this is a deep one here, boy. We way down the alphabet.
But how is it that you could tell me that Jesus rose on this day, but then years later, though, you move the day that he rose? I'd be confused, man. So that's why I said there's something wrong with this calendar, man.
Okay, now what day did he get up?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
There was a few years ago. There was they're doing anthropology.
Too big of a word for me, brother.
Too big, too many syllables for me. Yeah, they were doing it there, and they said they thought they might have found the remains of Jesus.
Oh, stop it!
And somebody said, "Well, that's gonna kill Black Baptist preachers because he get up every Sunday." He get up every Sunday. So they found. Yeah, it's let's.
Yeah, that can't be true.
There's a whole lot there, and I just tried not to. We had our ministers meeting Saturday, and some of those subjects came up where we're trying to wrestle. And
now. Again, my thing is, to me, the math ain't mathing, because if he died,
let's not try to
Friday,
figure it out, man. You're not gonna be able
and
to.
rose on Sunday. That's 2 days, ain't it?
Let it go, man.
I can't let it go, please, because I'm confused. Like I said, something's wrong with this calendar. Something's wrong with the time. Something is wrong with me, most definitely. But I mean. What day did he rise? I just need to know.
Let me shout out the little sister yesterday though at the breakfast. When she gave us that truth. She started talking about reckless driving.
Same girl.
She said that's peace to her.
And we sat at our table going, yelp, yelp, yelp. She was hitting that. She was hitting it at home. But I have let me do this real quick, and then I have a question I want to put out, and I don't know if we can post on Facebook. I want to put this question out. Ryan and I had this, I thought it was a fascinating conversation, and kind of alluded to one of the young ladies who spoke yesterday. Let me say this, and I take great joy in being able to say this. The Bears still suck.
The Bears still
suck. Let me, now I got close.
No, but man, that was a hell of a throw.
Right. When he made the throw, and I thought, okay, here we go.
That was a hell of a throw.
But all right. So now I don't have to have the dilemma if the Bears won, who I would have had to cheer for going to Seattle.
Hey, but you know what?
So,
I have never been a hater until this past weekend.
Dude, I was sitting up. And I was so gleeful, I didn't know to post it on because I never put it on Facebook. You know, I had the Bears people rubbing it in our face the week before.
Oh, yeah. They was killing us. Yeah.
And then shout out the University of Indiana.
Boy, them boys look like they supposed to play on Sunday.
Yeah, well, a lot of them old enough to play on Sunday. They said they have the oldest when it comes to age. Yeah. Their age is similar to a NFL team.
They look like they supposed to be the Indiana.
Yeah, 20. I think average age 24, something 24, like that.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, so they were mature, and that's the thing in college sports. The mature teams usually win. Yeah, let me. Carson Beck there. I guess there's a reason why you're not at Georgia. But that ball was so that dude was open. He just underthrew the ball. And then you threw in the double coverage. I'm not even okay. So for my family down in Florida, I'm not going to do to you what you did to me when the Packers lost to the Bears, and you sending me all these. No, man, because I'm a bigger man.
Sometimes I forget the address to the high road.
I'm gonna do Michelle Obama. When they go low, I'm gonna go high. But man, and then they were saying that the nosebleed ticket prices were like $4,000. Yeah, $4,000.
Yeah.
$4,000. And it was so much red in that stadium. But if you've ever gone to a football game at Hard Rock, usually the opposing team has more fans there than the locals. And you know, the U is doing their come up. Now that would have been very different if they played in the old Orange Bowl. But shout out, man, to you. They weren't even supposed to be there. But Indiana, what can I tell you? Wow. And I knew they've been dominant all season. But shout out, and Miami, they got a couple of guys who's going to be playing on Sunday. Bain, he's going to be playing on Sunday. They got some dudes out there. So it was good. Great game. Wasn't a disappointment. It was competitive. Wasn't a blowout. So, hey, that's great. And they say that's why we can talk about what's on paper, but that's why you play the game. Yeah.
Who they had to win? Was the name?
They had Indiana by 7.5.
Oh, okay.
And they ended up winning by 5. So I don't know what the up and under was, but it was like 7.5. And look, man, they had been winning by 20 plus points in the prior 2 games. So the fact that again, you know, we'll see what happens, going forward. Next year, Indiana went from the worst to the best. That rarely happens, but it certainly happened in their case. So it was good. And then yesterday, in honor of Coretta Scott King, they had a women's college, basically marquee event. Looked like they played in Brooklyn, played at Prudential. So it was TCU, Oklahoma, and then the second game. I know UConn killed Notre Dame, but who's the second game? Oh man. Which was turned out to be a very good game. I'll pull up who that was. I got a caller? Oh, okay. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, gentlemen. I'd like to address that fellas of when Jesus got up out the grave.
Uh-huh.
Now, it's in one of those prophetic books. I don't remember exactly where I read it, but the writer spoke about Jesus getting up in the midst of the week. And I looked up the word midst in the Hebrew, Greek lexicon and everything in the middle, which means Jesus more than likely, according to the scriptures, got up on a Wednesday.
Okay.
And when you count the days, you couldn't get 3 days from Friday to Sunday. I don't care how you count it, how you measure it, how you look at it. But from Wednesday, according to after my studies, I studied it out, and from Wednesday to Thursday is 1 day, from Thursday to Friday is 2 days, and from Friday to Saturday is 3 days. That's why when they got to the tomb that Sunday morning, he was already gone. Now, to find that scripture, you will have to Google it because I don't remember exactly where I read it, but it does specifically. The prophet is writing about Jesus, and he's talking about his rising from the grave. And you got to remember, scripture tells us 3 days is 3 days. Jonah was in the belly of the great fish or the whale for 3 days. Jesus was in the heart of the earth, the grave, for 3 days. I hope that helped you, my brother. Y'all have a great rest of the day.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Caller, welcome to the program. Okay. It was the Coretta Scott King Classic held at the Prudential Center yesterday. It's a doubleheader, Ohio State, TCU, and then Vanderbilt, Michigan. That Vanderbilt, Michigan game was a great game. That was a great game.
Now, speaking of games.
And Vanderbilt has really turned their athletic program around.
Yeah,
their men's team is ranked. Yeah. Their women's team is ranked. Their football team was good this year. So,
hey, but speaking of games, man, there was a lot of good basketball games on yesterday, man. That Boston-Detroit game was Jesus. They was bothered, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not gonna be much of an NBA fan this year. I'm just not feeling it.
It do seem like off a little bit, don't it?
Yeah, because the Bucks are so awful.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Now, like I was saying, maybe you can help me with this.
No, I can't.
No, because you played ball. So
I played ball in the 20th century, man.
Yeah, but still, though you don't forget how to play. You know, especially when you played organized balls. When you played
I played during the time of tube stock. So come on.
But still, though, it was. Listen, y'all
had black and green wristbands.
Yeah, but y'all had structure. Y'all played zone. Y'all played 2-3-3-2 and 1-2-2-1. So y'all, so you.
When you don't have talent, you must then do scheme.
Well, either way, it's structured.
Okay.
So my thing is this. If you have a guy that's like 6'9", his wingspan about 7'2", 7'3", that can play numerous positions, small forward, power forward, and even center, why won't you give this guy a bar who can shoot, man?
Okay,
like,
man.
That cat Pete.
You just don't.
No, but
it ain't worth it, bro.
But it has me going crazy.
No, don't let it. Don't let it rent space.
I don't get it, man. It's just confusing.
Don't let it rent space, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm done. I'm just not feeling it, Clark. I mean, I was surprised when the Bucks beat Atlanta yesterday. Like, oh man,
I wasn't surprised. It's just because they start off good. It's just, man, we need a closer, and this is where we miss Chris Middleton.
All right.
This is where we miss Chris.
Where were you when people were talking about trading him? I didn't hear you there.
Oh no, but I was screaming, don't trade him.
Caller, welcome to the program.
Like, he was the reason why we beat
Good morning, Keith.
Good morning, Angela. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right for a black man living in America today.
Living in America.
Who you with? That's right, player. Right out. Did you handle that business for me?
Boy. Angela, if selling illegal items was illegal, we'll be in jail.
I told it.
I mean,
boy, just be. Anyway, Keith, I'm gonna leave him alone today.
Right.
Keith.
Yes, ma'am.
How you been?
I'm doing all right.
That's great. How's the family?
Everybody's good, Angela. Thank you for asking. And yours?
Everybody's doing fine, just fine. Good. God is good. He woke us all up this morning, so we have no complaints.
Hey, Angela.
What?
Hey, you ain't gonna ask about woohoo.
Oh, Debo. How Debo doing? Debo in the building?
Oh, he back there somewhere baking up some cookies.
Some cookies.
Yeah.
Tell him I want some oatmeal raisins.
Yeah, he
with
back
chocolate
there.
chips.
He back there baking up cookies and putting his finger.
That's one of my
belly.
favorite cookies, oatmeal raisin.
Oatmeal raisin. I know my mom loved them.
Especially, man.
Be some good oatmeal.
Hey, but especially when it's warm. When it's warm, right?
I know. Yeah, when they come fresh out the oven.
Man, there was some
and
milk.
You be like that when you bite them.
You say with some milk.
Yeah, there was some milk, Doc, some oatmeal raisins.
And you know what? I always do this thing about I do this, but I don't do this, but I do this. So I don't like oatmeal. As a matter of fact, I hate oatmeal.
Really?
But
But
I
you
eat
eat the cookie.
oatmeal cookies.
Yeah, I'm the
But
same
then,
way.
wait, hold
I'm
on.
the
Now
same
I'm
way.
really confused because
How is that possible?
yeah, thank you.
It's
just
I'm
not
gonna use
just-
I'm gonna use a big word. It's parsimonious.
Too big for me. Too big for me.
I don't
I'm out.
know either.
And then here's the other thing, Angela. A lot of times, many of us are walking contradictions.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Yes,
it's
that's
crazy
true.
because people say I don't like tomatoes, but you'll eat a whole pizza
Or you ketchup.
or you eat ketchup. So
I
it's
don't like cabbage, but I eat coleslaw.
You know what? I don't like tomato, but I would eat the tomatoes on the checker burger. That's the only burger I would
But
eat.
then,
Hey, how it's different.
wait,
Listen
but
to
then
this.
you like,
I
but
don't
then you
listen,
like it then.
listen. This is just a joke. I don't like men, but I eat beef.
All right, appreciate you, Angela.
Whoa.
Thank you for staying kosher.
Whoa.
What was the brother used the example? That's like you opening up a rib joint in a Muslim neighborhood.
I don't eat pork, but oh man, yikes!
Opening up a rib joint in a Muslim neighborhood. It might not do well, but it could do well because sometimes
You'll be surprised.
no, because forbidden fruit. Because the interesting piece when Jesus went into and cast the demon out, the man had the legions.
Yeah.
Remember all the pigs?
Yeah. I jumped off.
Yeah, well, they were still in Israel. Somebody was eating the pork. Somebody was eating the pork.
That's a good point.
So it was kind of like, because then they got mad at Jesus, not so much that they healed the man. He started cutting into those pork
To
chops.
the food. It was like, hey man,
You got to go, man. This dude costing us money.
no more hot dogs.
Yeah, but but people will do. I have a Jewish friend of mine. Is he a commissioner now? And we were at an event. He was eating this ham sandwich. Like, dude, should you be eating ham? He said, I'm not kosher. I don't care. I mean, I don't care. And in school, his kids had a very conservative yeshiva. The school that they go to is a really, really conservative.
Wow.
They're Orthodox and very conservative. So, Rhonda and I, we were talking, and we got what do we do? Honey baked ham for New Year's.
Good. So good.
That ham.
I
Now
swear
it cost,
That place
but
is-
that ham.
Yeah.
Was, oh
I
my
mean,
God!
It is well worth
What you
whatever
paying?
pay for.
Rhonda used the ham bone to season her
Yeah.
bean. Oh man, I was making ham sandwiches.
Yeah. In the morning.
Went and
for
got me
breakfast,
some Miracle Whip, some light bread.
man.
Life was good.
Should have got you some eggs.
But see, I don't do ham and eggs. I don't do ham and eggs anymore.
Really?
No.
Man, chop that ham up, put them in the eggs.
Oh, that'd be like an omelet, right?
It'd be like an omelet.
I did.
It'd be
I tried
like
to make an omelet. I messed it up. I tried to do. I tried to do
You
it.
can flip it.
Yeah, man, can't flip it.
So you
Then,
get that
then I
spatula.
loaded it with so much stuff. I
Oh.
put so much stuff in
Yeah,
it, man,
you
because
couldn't
I had
close
some
it.
of that honey baked ham.
Yeah.
Man, I had peppers and onions
Oh.
and cheese. Isn't that the
Come on,
Denver?
kid,
That's the
stop.
Denver. That's the
Stop,
Denver,
man.
right?
Stop. Yeah, because I want to go to Denver right now.
Caller, welcome to the program.
Jeez, he just made me hungry.
Good morning.
Yeah, I heard you talking about Barry. I want to ask you a question, if you don't mind. Do you feel having 7 to 14 kids is putting a lot of stress on the welfare system?
No, because if you can handle it,
Not anymore.
No, but you're on but what I'm saying is you're on welfare and it's a man in the house. Because I heard you talk about Jews, and I seen something yesterday up in upstate New York, where they're having 7 to 14 kids, and they on welfare, and they make all this stuff about migrants, undocumented migrants, and you got a man in the house, and he ain't paying a effing penny into the system, and he's sitting on his sugar honey iced tea box, and I have a problem with that, because we have all this chaos. They want to pick at black people, they want to pick at Mexicans, and y'all sitting up on your pink brown round, having 7 to 15 kids, nobody works, and you sit and pray all day? How dare they talk about Mexicans and black people? Black people ain't having no 7 to no 15 kids. And a man sitting in the house.
See, you know what, man? It really sounds like what these people are doing is they're trying to project on us, you know,
what they're doing.
what they're doing, and it's really them.
They're effing the system.
Yeah.
And you don't hear no Jews speaking out against black people because they for themselves. And I'll be the first to say, we ain't none of your effing animals, just to let you know. Because some of your rabbis is effing on black women. So don't you ever, as long as your rectum pointing at the flow, bring up anything about being peaceful and saying black people is on welfare and talking about Mexicans when you got a big, grown, able-bodied man sitting in the house with Shirley Temple curls and a hat, making 7 to 15 kids, getting welfare, $2,661.91 a month. And they want to bring this drama to blacks and Mexicans, and they ain't paying not one freaking cent into the welfare system. So I hope some of you nappy-neck black Republicans that voted for this, who big bad black mouth loud, have something to say about that. Because I sure want to bring that to the forefront. We in all this drama about people using resources, and they sitting on a crack of their pink tan line brown round, and laying around the house, praying and effing all effing day off the welfare system. Come on now.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
I like to hear your thoughts, Mr. Parris.
Well, I think you summed it up pretty well.
Yikes.
No, having worked in what was known as the welfare system, I know that there are a lot of stereotypes that's attached to that system. Do people game the system? Yeah, there have been people who game the system, but I'm gonna say the vast majority of people do not. And talk about compromise, and then of course the compromise that Bill Clinton did with the Republicans when he passed the Welfare Reform Act, and really changed things. So there's always people out there gaming the system. Like the little girl said yesterday, justices stop taking things that don't belong to you. And that it was so simplistic, yet it was so profound.
So heavy, yeah.
That a lot of times we just kind of turned it into. Let me do this, and we'll go to break, and then hopefully people will join in this conversation. And I'm gonna use this word. I'm assuming that the young lady, Miss Santiago. It was one young lady who, no, it was the second young lady. I'd left my program at home. And I think she was biracial. And so afterwards, Rhonda and I, we were talking, and the subject came up. There was one of Rhonda's former either co-workers or someone she knew. And this person was biracial. I think she had a white father, black mother. But she was offended when people would identify her as black. Now, again, she has a white parent and a black parent. And so she was offended because she wanted to be considered white. So my question was, you all right over there, man? You sure? Because we don't. No medical episodes. Right. I know it's Tuesday, but Be Healthy, Be Used not back yet. So, so she was upset that people would refer to her as black. She didn't want to be referred to as black. She wanted to be referred to as white. My question was, and I throw this question out to folks, is there something wrong when, and I use biracial, race because race is so complicated, but a biracial, a child who's a product of a person of African descent and European descent, can the person, I guess the question is, why can't they identify as white? Why can't they identify as white? 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. We're up on a break. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Keith Parris.
All right, welcome back to the program. Right? Okay. Caller, welcome to the program.
Hi. Sorry. Well, first of all, thanks for staying on the air and being on the air. I'm a father of a biracial son, and it's when he was in kindergarten in first grade, he would walk up to strangers. I mean, at school, like teachers and whatever, say he was black and he was white. And I don't know. I didn't react either way. I kind of just smiled inside, you know. But by third or fourth grade, somewhere around there, he was black. Okay. Now, nothing changed much at home, you know. I mean, me and his mother were okay, and everybody was fine. So whatever happened out the doors. And it happened in the school. So I figure it happened in his own groups, where the groups gathered together. I think that's the essence of the self-identifying. Mm-hmm. Another thing, when I recently I'm old and on Social Security now. So UWM asked me to go back and help out on a musical. And one of the things that they do now, and this is just last year, is they have a selected pronouns. So all the students had selected pronouns. And at first it was like, okay, I'm looking at somebody and I was going to say he, mm-hmm. But like the pronoun wasn't he. I mean, so I felt kind of, you know, confused and at first a little ticked off, but then I figured that, well, they identified themselves as this, and they should be respected for that. And I think this is something about that, identifying yourself.
Well, let me ask you a question. Did you raise your child biculturally?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do anything different.
Well, and I don't even know what that would look like. See, that you're, you know,
I mean, he went to my mother's house.
So dominant.
He went to my mother's house, and he noticed that her mother's house was different than my mother's house. Okay, but there wasn't, you know.
Well, it was like, so okay, the question is, and I guess I'm just so should the person be able to define themselves? And if they choose that they want to be considered white, what would be wrong with that?
But nothing. You know what I mean? I mean, it should be nothing. You should be able to self-identify yourself. And if you're like my little boy at 5 and 6 saying, I'm white and I'm black. Mm-hmm. And the way he said it, he was singing it, so he was proud of it. Yeah, or when he was in third or fourth grade, I'm black. You know, and you know that's, you know, and now I don't know. You know, he's 30. He's a success. He's done real well. He's my pride and joy. And you know, I haven't asked him in a long time, what are you?
Successful. I mean, you know, I mean, it says something about, first of all, race is a construct, right? Race is false. Race was created, right?
Yeah, by businessmen.
You know, so, but I just thought it was, and my thing was, if she wanted to be considered white, fine. I mean, it's like people forget with Barack Obama, they go like, he's the first black president, sort of, but you know, he's also half white. So I
don't think there is a half. First of all, that's see, that goes back to our thinking of it, the group thinking of it, that he's half white. I mean, his genes are so mixed up in every little allele that you know, I mean, to find out what's white in him and what's black in him, you would have to go. You would have to go to a machine that could analyze 1 in 70 million chemical reactions.
But beyond what we see, I think it's called phenotype. Beyond that, then
phenotype is
what makes us black or white. Is it more cultural? Is it more the environment that we grow up in, or is there some nature there that I said beyond complexion? Look. most everything we do is because we learned it from the environment. It's learned behavior. It's learned speech patterns. It's learned rhythm. It's learned diet. I mean, all those things many of those things are our environment. So you could take a kid of European descent, and we see it happen every day, put him down on Fifth and Wright. He grew up there all his life. His friends, everything culturally that what he's been exposed to would be that of, African-American culture.
Yeah, but we've known that since Piaget.
Right. And then that whole other thing about, was it Plessy versus Ferguson, that one drop of African blood makes you African?
Once again, that's our group. That's the outside group judging the individual.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, now let me tell you how I handled that situation. I'm the black parent, and the daddy was white. Okay, but he's still alive. I have 2 kids. I use that to my advantage as opposed to using it as a disadvantage. When I wanted my baby, my little mixed baby, black child, white, whatever, when I wanted him to go to Brown Street Academy, the waiting list was long. You know how I got him bumped up? I checked the box and said white.
Okay.
He got moved up. Same situation when I wanted them to come back to the north side. When I wanted them out in Franklin to get, whatever, Franklin. They were out there for a little while going to school out there. I checked the box. They were black. My thing is that who's checking the box? Is she checking the box? She can check other. What's wrong with other? There's no questions in. Well, I think it's whoever this person, I think they got an issue with the other parent or something like that. You can always check other. You ain't got to explain yourself.
Well, I've always asked the question, if America is so-called colorblind, why are we checking color boxes?
Any boxes.
Right.
Why we got all them boxes? This is the second time in the last month that somebody else said the same thing.
Yep.
What's the point?
Yep.
What is the point?
But
that's what I said. When you use it to your advantage. I use mine.
If your child's self-selected to want to be considered white, would you have an issue with that?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
He got a whole daddy that's white.
Okay.
Absolutely not. He got a whole mama that's black.
Okay.
It's his choice.
Yeah.
Like I said, who's checking the box?
Right.
That's the thing. When they were younger, I dealt with it the way I needed to deal with it, where it worked out to our advantage. Okay, because I wanted my baby in one of the best. I think Brown Street is one of the best schools for flunkies, and I wanted my baby at that school. Okay, but he was so far down on the list, and my purpose of putting him over there was so I could get rid of daycare. They didn't want to do daycare anymore, and they took him at 3 years old. Where are you gonna get that at? So I put him there, but I had to get you to the top of that list. Guess what? His brother was white, and there was no questions asked behind that. So it depends on who's checking the boxes. That's all I had to say on that one.
All right, appreciate you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
414-444-5250. So if that person wants to be considered white, should I be respectful of that? Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
Remember there was, I guess she was a white woman. I think her name was Rachel.
Duchesne.
Yeah, she caught a lot of heat, I guess, from both sides because she identified as black.
Mm-hmm. And she was braiding hair.
Yeah,
black hair. She was braiding black hair.
So I remember I was looking at my birth certificate, kind of revealing how old I am, and on mine, my parents, it was Negro. They put and I know society goes through these changes, but and you have to kind of give some respect for that. But now, what's the reason for her? I don't know. The young lady gave a reason for why she wants to identify as being white. I don't know if there's, I don't think anyone
maybe
ever.
Because she's half white.
Yeah, but didn't they? Like, I think you brought that up about if you got a certain amount of blood or whatever.
One drop blood.
One drop, yeah.
Yeah.
Because white people, I guess they, were some of the extremists. They said that the pure race, where they consider white, you can't have any, other race mixed in with the white race because it is not considered pure or whatever, But I guess that's her choice. But unfortunately, even today in our society, there's going to be people looking at her sideways from both perspectives. You know, as far as being black or white. You know, she's probably going to get criticism from that from black people as well as white people. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going away no time soon as far as black and white, just because of the way, especially now it's even brought forth more with the immigration system and how people, you know, view it as being racially motivated and all of that. So I don't think this black and white issue is going away anytime soon, at least not in my lifetime. So that's just my comment, you know. So
all right.
Appreciate you letting me make it. Thank you. Right. Yeah.
Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
What's going on, brother?
What's happening, brother?
So my thing is, if you pour black and white together, what is the most dominant color? The most dominant color is going to be black. Even if you pour white first and black last, the most dominant color will be dark. So yes, you're going to be labeled black. You can't label yourself white.
Is that why can't you?
I don't think so.
Why can't? Well, I'm asking, why don't you think so?
Because the most dominant color will be black.
Okay, but I'm half and half.
No, it ain't gonna be no half once you pour that black into it.
Okay, the math is off, bro.
You're gonna be more dominant black because
in terms of the melanin piece, but after that, you're still a human being after melanin. So I guess the question is, then why then couldn't I be considered white? I'm half white.
But your skin ain't gonna be nowhere near white.
But aren't I more than my skin?
Not when it comes to black folks. You are black. because listen, when you go somewhere, if you light skinned or pale, but they know you black, you still a nigga.
I got all of that, brother. But I'm just saying that if I have a former classmate who she has been identified as black, but when you look at her, she is very, very fair. She and I hate to say pass for white, but people might look at her and might think she's white. My question is, if I'm half and half, why can't I choose what half I want to accentuate?
No. Okay, well, look at Halle Berry. She white, but she black.
Okay, but she chose that.
I still don't believe it, Keith. Once you black, you already you black. Ain't nothing you can change about it.
Do you think the reaction that some black people are having is what you think you too good to be black?
Sometimes, most of the time, yeah. hey, don't. So then
it's not the person. That's me reading that into it, right?
Keith, don't bring that potato salad to that black barbecue and see what happens.
But Paula Dean, with her racist behind, could take any of her dishes to a black cookout.
Hey, guess what?
Am I lying about it?
Hey, I bet you Clarence Thomas got raisins in his potato salad.
All right, okay, bro.
Hey, don't get off the phone too fast. Come on now. So you ain't gonna go for us still? You still ain't on?
No, y'all losing, man. Y'all gonna lose. It's over.
I ain't talking to you, fam.
Y'all gonna lose.
Hey, brother. Let me. So see, you done took me down there. Let me have a righteous. Let me have a righteous.
To the president of Hater Nation.
You are. Let me have a righteous response. Here's my righteous response.
It's gonna be some BS.
Baptist born, Baptist bred, Baptist dead.
Yeah.
I'm not switching religions.
Hey,
and like I said, I had a real dilemma because had the Bears won, who do I cheer for? I hate the Bears and I hate the Seahawks. So it was tough, but look at divine intervention. So the Rams won. So I can still cheer for the Rams.
Oh, I tell you. And Jimmy Butler done for the year too.
Yeah, I saw ACL. ACL. Yeah.
Yeah, he done.
Wow. You know, that's the thing, man. Injuries.
If you can't stay healthy,
Injuries, man.
if you can't stay healthy after February, you can call it a wrap.
I was listening yesterday. I was listening to one of the NFL shows, and they were talking about, and they said, you know what? You can only hide for so long. He said, if you lose X number of players, you can only get by without those players for so long, right? And so the injury piece is real important, and then they were talking about Sam Darnold yesterday, and they were saying, I think he only threw 15 passes. He didn't really have to do anything because the game was over. Game was over. But they're not, that oblique is pretty bad. So what they're doing is trying to, they'll limit the number of throws if he throws at all during practice, because he could risk further aggravating the injury. So injuries are going to be real important, man. I mean, it really comes down to, if you don't have a key player, and I know everybody, next guy up, but there's a reason why this guy is third string and not first string for somebody, right?
Our running back is he's out too. He tore the Achilles too.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah,
but we still got Walker. We all good.
Yeah, and it's gonna be tough for Denver, man, because
oh man, that dude he only had 4 snaps. Yeah. He only had 4 snaps.
Yeah, they said though that he had been hurt, and I guess it was to the point where it couldn't get any worse. So he's done. Well, that's what it comes down to, man. That's why those injury reports are important to gamblers. Who's playing on Sunday makes a difference, man.
Yeah, for a dude who ain't played none this year, have 4 sacks within a couple of years, and he's going to go to an AFC championship, yeah, we're going to see pressure bust pipes on this one.
Yeah. All right.
Man. All right, now.
All right. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hey, Keith, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Question is, I worked there's 2 things. You're right. Race is what do you say, a construct or something like that?
Yeah, construct, created.
Yeah, and I remember when I was working at this place, and this guy, he was very dark, and I thought he was black, but he says I'm white. I mean, he was darker than who's that guy? Other guy in the radio station, the fat guy, the black guy, Sherwin Hughes or whatever.
Okay.
And he was about as dark as Sherwin Hughes, but he considered himself white. Then I found out later he's Italian. And then when I was selling insurance, I would get people in there. We had to take photos, and some of the people who come in there, I thought they were black, but they come to find out later they were Italian or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, one other thing too. There was a guy I was working with on a job, and this guy was he's from the South. And he was telling me that his ancestors, he called them settlers, came over and they went to the southern states and they saw a cute Indian girl, and then they married her and impregnated her, whatever. And he said and then they were, he said at the same time they were slave owners too. But he was saying about 1900, I think his great grandfather or his grandfather, they asked him what he wanted to be. Do you want to be white or Indian? He said, I want to be white. And so you're right. I mean, so I guess there's benefits of, but the guy was Indian, and he would go to, but he said he would get all the advantages of being Indian, because I guess 25% or 50% Indian, you get some kind of a benefits. And I worked with a lady, she was Cinemo, and she said she would use her thing saying that she would get free schooling and everything else like that.
Mm-hmm.
But she would tell everybody that she was white when she was writing on her application census form or everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that, but I don't know if anybody ever came out and said they were black.
Well, I think but many biracial folks will identify as black. And
now they weren't biracial. They were what about something like that where they're Indian, but they this for the I mean, I guess 25% Native American, you get some kind of benefits or something like that.
Yeah, depends on the treaty that the U.S. government has with the tribal nation. Like one of the more expensive schools here when it comes to per capita spending is, and they call it the Indian School out in Franklin. and they spent something like $25,000 per student. And I had a former coworker who sent her son and her daughter. They were half Puerto Rican, half indigenous. And no, she wasn't. Yeah, her husband was Puerto Rican. Yeah. And so she would send her kids because they could go there tuition free. You know, as part of either from casinos, there are people getting oil or other mineral rights revenue that you have. That's part, if you're part of that nation, you know, that's the payout that people get. So yeah, it happens. It happens a lot. You know, but even then, what is it? Is it the Black Hills? Was
Black Hills
disputed,
are in South Dakota.
right? But it was a disputed territory. There was a treaty that the U.S. government violated. There was a court ruling in favor of the indigenous nation, but they have yet to collect. They don't want the money. They
That's
want
the Black
land.
Hills. That's the Black Hills. That's
yeah, they want the
the
land.
two,
So the
Lakota
money is
two.
in trust right now. It's like over $1 billion. They won't touch because they want the land. They feel like that's their
Right.
ancestral
That's
land,
Lakota
and they
two.
want the land. So
The Red Bud Reservation.
Yep.
And like I said, is this whole thing, I mean, when it comes to race, at least in this country, is totally confusing. And I know people who come from like Germany, and this guy, he viewed everybody as an American, but he said he got tickled when he went to American cities, and he said the people would talk about, I don't like this guy because of his skin complexion, but this guy viewed everybody as an American. I just he thought that was so entertaining.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you.
And
I got
yeah,
call.
but
All right, man. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you.
All right. Well, this is gonna take a minute.
I'm listening.
Why don't you do this? Why don't you hold on?
About the
Why don't you hold on to after? Hold on to after the break. Hold on to after the break.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. You're listening to Community Voice. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Keith Parris.
All right, welcome back to Community Voice. Caller, we thank you for your patience. Good morning.
Yes, hello?
Good morning.
Good morning to you. That melanin piece that you were talking about, the lower caller called in and he was talking about how, black and you go half in and it's going to automatically be black. Well, to be honest with you, you pushed back on that by saying, well, why you just can't say I'm white? If I'm half and half, then why I can't be white? Why I got to be black? Well, and you said outside of the melanin piece, then that's it. No, it's not, because the gene is dominant. It changed more than the melanin. As a matter of fact,
it does not physiologically change anything other than complexion and hair, dude. The other 98% is the same.
Features, the lips, the nose, the bones.
Other 98% is the same. There are white people with big lips.
Hold on, brother.
And there are black people with thin lips.
If you check their genealogy, you will probably see some kind of Scandinavian or something.
No. For example,
there's no way of getting around the dominant fact. And when you do things like
that is, what is that called? Eugenics. That has been a debunked science. This whole thing, other than complexion and probably hair quality.
Eugenics is a science. It's a science experiment to breed the super race and decrease the race that's really the dominant.
Then when you start putting in so-called scientific, when you put in scientific theories,
any part of the world,
when you put in scientific facts that are not facts, then you got a problem.
You can see it in the Asian people. You can see everywhere where that black man has been. See, one thing about it, a white guy can go into my sister and give her a baby. I can go into his sister and give her a black baby. You understand the difference?
Wait.
Hello?
So help me try to understand the difference of what you're saying, bro.
What'd you say?
I said, help me understand the difference of what you just said.
If a black man go into a white woman, he kills a black baby. If a white man go into a black woman, he kills her just a baby, a black baby. Do you understand that the black gene changes the facial features, the nose become bull, the lips become bold, cheekbones, the hair.
That's not
true.
That's not scientifically valid. And I think that the great danger.
Hold on.
The great danger in then spouting eugenics were used to support this idea of superiority based on a complexion. Complexion is only about 1% of us. The rest of us is all these other things as human beings. So here's the question. If my father is white and my mom is black, can I choose to be white?
Well, with the blood seemingly come from the father.
And the mother. And the mother.
Okay, the dude want to, man, you talking scientific, but you want to bring up scientific fact.
Well, you set up and made it sound like blood only came from one of the parents. It came from both the parents.
All right. Yeah. Listen, its bloodline would be white, would be that of a European.
It would also be African.
Hold on. You said, why can't he say he's white?
Why can't he?
Well, because the exterior, his bloodline would be white, but the exterior would expose him to being a black person. So, I mean,
so being black based on the false construct of race, I should stop saying the construct of race means that being black, that's it, right? One drop of black blood makes you're not white.
Well, that's not the truth, because so many people pass. Look here, I got look here, man. I got a great grandmama that was white, but she was black, but she was passed as white. You can pass. See, that was the whole key thing. Even we look at this picture of Frederick Douglass, and we see Frederick Douglass with the cords and everything.
all of that. And but I really believe that Frederick Douglass could pass. You know, when you look at the gentleman that was on the back of the $2 bill, I forget his name. But anyway, these guys could pass. And for those people that don't know what pass means, Chief, what does it mean? Tell your audience.
It means that a very, very, very first fair-skinned black person would live as a white person. They pass for white.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
But but I just need you to answer my question. If I'm 50-50, how come I can't choose the 50% that's white to identify?
Because society has set the rules in place.
Okay.
Listen, I know a girl that did not know she was black. She did not know she was mixed. She lived up there in Downsville. And she grew up with all these white people. Her mama never told her that she was mixed. None of that. Because the daddy, she had got pregnant. The mama had got pregnant by a manager at Hardee's when Hardee's was downtown. And she never knew her parent or daddy side. The mama always kept it like that. The girl growing up white, but she knew she was different.
Okay.
Well, she finally got old enough to ask questions, and she understands what she is.
So she identifies as black or white?
She identifies as black, but she lived white for all her life.
Okay.
She's about 40 years old.
I don't know what that is, but okay. All right. Appreciate you, man. Caller, welcome to the program. I don't what's living white. Caller, welcome to the program.
Hey, Keith. Okay, so like you said, repeat your question, please.
Hmm?
Repeat your question about
if I have a black, and I'm using black and white, I'm not comfortable with it, but I'm using it for the purpose of discussion today. If I have a black parent and a white parent, can I identify as white?
Well, okay. Now let me say this. I have family members that are biracial, but my aunt and my uncle, they can pass for white all day long. But you know, they don't. They say they 100% black, but they can pass for white all day long. They can pass, totally pass. But they tell them, somebody asks them, well, what's your race? They say, I'm black.
But if I'm half and half, can I choose to be white?
Sure you can.
Okay, that was my question.
Yeah, sure you can. Yep, sure you can. Because some people, you know, do that just because they think that's better. You know?
Or what? Not necessarily. And see, I think that's what's underlying here, right?
Uh-huh.
That is kind of, that's one of those insidious infections of racism. So again, I said it earlier, some black folks are responding to, oh, you think you too good to be black.
Yeah.
But if I take it from a neutral, let's say good, there's no good or bad, it's just who I am, should I be able to self-select, and people do every day, to be able to be white?
Yeah, you can.
All right, appreciate you. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Keith. Good morning to everyone in the studio.
Good morning.
Hey, this is Mr. Westmoreland. And I would like to say, regardless of what the subject is, but I would like to say, I have all different nationalities in my family, and I love all of them. I believe that people are people. I believe if we didn't put this here stigma in between all these different nationalities, I think we would get along better as people, you know. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate you. Caller, welcome to the program. No, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That is it. Yeah. No, Rev. I got five. I got five.
I got five.
I was listening to that. That was playing in the car the other day. I got 5 on it.
Yeah, loonies.
I got 5 on it. When we were out in 1995, June, we was out in California on our honeymoon, and we drove from San Francisco to Carmel. Beautiful drive, right? And that song was blasting every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it.
Yeah. when I was you hear certain songs, man, that they just play over and over and over.
Yeah.
I was driving from me and my buddy. We were driving from Pennsylvania to Tennessee for my aunt's funeral, and there was two songs that we heard the whole trip: "Gloria" by Enchantment,
Gloria,
and "When I Need You." Da, 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 da. I think Leo Sayer had a song out after a while. Oh, and then one year I drove to Uniontown, Pennsylvania, and all they played was "All This Love" by DeBarge. Caller, welcome to the pro. Is waiting for you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Keith, Jermaine.
Hey.
Yeah, Debo. You know who this is?
No.
Who this is?
Keith, you don't know who this is.
No.
Okay. Who Keon? What I used to call Keon.
It's Dorothy.
Yes.
Hey, Dorothy. What'd you say it was Dorothy?
I know. I will make you guess.
How you do?
I'm doing fine sitting in the house. I ain't been outside since it got cold.
Don't go out there.
Don't go. Don't do it. Yeah, me and Ryder, I was sitting up and trying to figure out we're gonna be at work on Friday because it's supposed to be 2 below for a high. I don't know.
I know. I already came up with my excuse.
He said, "I already know I ain't."
Put a little heat in that gas, so.
Yeah, you know what? Being 70-some years old and it's ice out there, I ain't about to get out there.
Oh man. But you know,
So
I've been here all my life. And so me complain about it at this point. But I was telling Jay off the air, I was listening to a weather person. She was complaining about, it's cold. So
yeah, man, it just
and you know what?
Different.
It ain't the coldest it's been. I mean,
it just feels different, man. It's just like a
you're getting
different kind
old.
of cold.
You don't deal with cold the same way.
You don't when you get older.
When you get
Because
older.
like now, I haven't been outside and I already got out the rise and I'm hurting already. I ain't been outside.
What do you this is not too personal. What do you keep your heat on in the house?
We don't pay the heat bill, so I don't touch that.
Oh, okay.
But you know what? I got it on my TV table, TV stand. I got a little heater. I can turn that on.
Okay.
So I can turn it
I
on
try
when
to
it gets
keep it
warm.
at 68. But
Man, I keep mine at 72.
do you? Yeah.
No, I don't control that, but I control this one little thing on my heating. My
grandmother, it was like a furnace, man. You walk in her house, it'd be like, whoa.
Man, listen, one night I had turned the heat up accidentally to about 77, 78. And when I woke up, I was running out the house because I couldn't breathe. It was so hot.
Yeah.
I was looking for it.
Oh man, my mom would have it at like 75.
Oh my God.
And wait a minute, in the summertime.
Oh my God.
And yeah, that when we sold the condo, I said, I'm gonna tell you something. That air conditioner is in good shape because it's hardly ever been used. It's hardly ever been used. So I think I used it more when we were sitting out there getting the place ready. Those days when it was like 90. Yeah, man. But my mother made it be so hot walking up in there, boy. I'd be like, oh man, I'm going to lose 5 pounds.
Well, look, I got to stay warm. I have to keep my body warm.
Me too,
and I don't like air conditioning, but I got a couple other things too. It's with the windows. But anyway. So Dorothy.
Yeah.
So if my mama is white and my daddy is black, can I choose to be white?
Okay, I think so.
Okay. I don't know. Your voice got a little high. I got a little inflection in there. You sure?
No, I think you can choose to be white, but you got both of them blood.
But that's the second but. But
yeah, you got both of them. Part of you. You're part of both of them.
Right. Okay.
That's what I think.
I was at Parkman, and we were blacking and black, and we was going on, and my late friend Bodie Reinhardt was in the class, and man, they was wearing white people out. Oh man, they was wearing white people out. And finally, Bodie said, I'm half and half. You talking about half of me. And for the first time, you kind of back up and go like, oh yeah, what about that? Yeah, so
That's the way I look at it, half and half.
okay, all right, all right then. Well, happy New Year to you. I hadn't spoke to you.
You took the word out of my mouth. Happy New Year to you guys.
All right.
And I haven't heard Jermaine laugh yet.
Mother, it's coming. It's coming. Somebody gonna
so
do something.
On the Bucks,
laugh.
all he been doing back there is crying.
Yeah, I'm
I
really
told
in
him,
my feelings.
Dude, get me out of your pain circle.
No, hey, listen. I believe that everybody needs to join the caravan of hate and hurt. So if I'm hurting, everybody around me gotta hurt.
Someone just pointed out, and I mentioned this documentary. It's called A Little White Lie.
Oh.
And it's about this young lady who grew up in New York State. Her mother and father were Jewish. She was bat mitzvah, the whole thing, but she was really dark, and they couldn't figure out what's going on. Well, come to find out that her mother had an affair with a African-American gentleman, got pregnant. Her dad, who she called her dad, because I guess at that point he loved her so much, he decided, okay, I'm not going to say anything. And so it caused a lot of tension. But she said something that, was kind of also part of this discussion. She said what she was able to experience firsthand was white privilege. She was able to experience white privilege. And so she was going like, oh, okay. So there is a thing. And so then she met a group. She found out the truth when she was at Georgetown. And she became an attorney. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those pieces where racist is another big word, pernicious. It's just so negative. And there's so much that's taught into that. But look, it's by design. It was created for a purpose. People need to understand, there was superiority going on in terms of one ethnic group. Most ethnic groups, when they conquer another ethnic group, has a sense of superiority when it comes to that group. What makes this so different is how it was codified to justify and support appropriations of land and appropriations of bodies to work the land. That's the big difference here. That's the part of it. Racism is based in profits. It's based in money, right? When people try to address issues around DEI, at some point there's some money attached to that, right?
Yeah.
Either in terms of redress or something like that.
Okay.
All right.
Good talking to you guys.
All right.
And say something cute to make Jermaine laugh.
Oh, it's coming.
Okay. I love to hear him laugh. I like to see burning people happy anyway.
Yeah, what you so happy about?
All right, mother. Thank you for the call.
Okay.
Caller, welcome to the program.
Hey, Keith, good morning.
Good morning.
When you were talking about that, I remember a number of years ago, I was in a doctor's office. This guy, I'm sitting there, and the guy walks up to me. He said, you mulatto? I said, no, I'm black. He said, are you sure? I said, yeah, I'm black. This man, it was like he got mad because I wouldn't acknowledge what he thought I should be calling myself. Then I had to it made me think. I'm going like, how can you? And then I started reading about that whole thing about breeding and, Dominican Republic and all them islands that they used to breed slaves after 1808. And I never thought about any of that. But man, I said my identity is black. I don't care if I'm light, bright, and damn near white. I am, but I'm black. So he didn't like it, but he had to go sit down because I wasn't.
Let me be the naive devil's advocate. Why do I have to be black or white?
Well, I just took my identity because that's what I wanted. I wanted my identity to be that of the people that I had that raised me and
environment.
Brought me up.
So it was an environment.
No, I am what I am. Yep, that's what I said.
Okay. I appreciate you.
Are you welcome? Okay.
Brother, I am what I am. What I tell you. All right, man, I'm falling back. I'm falling back. All right, brother.
I am what I am.
I stopped drinking white milk, brother.
Food on the egg now.
For my people.
Right.
For my people.
I do it for the people.
I do it for the people, man. Now, you know, it's fascinating, you know, because we used to ask the question, you know, remember the song, if I had a choice of color, which one would I choose, my brother? If there was no day and night, which one would I choose to be right? You know, so, you know, privately, I got some phone calls, but publicly, you know, everybody was down.
Yeah.
But
everybody was with the movement.
Right.
They was with the movement.
But an 810 credit score.
Right. Hey, man, get this guy out of here, man. He ain't one of us. He got to be 5 and below. Man. He ain't one of us.
I can date white women with no question.
Right.
I mean,
like, your credit score is 920? Yes. Yeah, man, this cat ain't one. Yeah, he ain't one of us, Clark.
I gotta hear from my mama, Clark. I'm just saying, man. I can get a contract with the Bucks.
Hey man, you better be careful because they gonna call in and be like, "So what you saying? Black people can't have good credit?"
No, I'm not saying that.
I know you ain't.
No, I ain't saying that at
we
all.
know you ain't.
I'm just saying. It makes you wonder.
Hey,
It makes you wonder because you can go in with they did a study and they showed that, you know, like people like Rhonda and I, college graduates making a good income, you can have a white dude drop out of high school and he's in a better situation.
Way better situation
than we are. I'm just saying, caller. Welcome to the program.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Huh?
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Yeah, I've heard. I've been saying like I didn't want to call, but it seemed like I had to because everybody's missing it. You're a preacher, and you know everybody's Christian. God created all of us. Let's start out with that. Correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I don't know about the gays.
Pardon me?
I don't know about the gays.
Man,
no,
that's
right.
a lifestyle, man. Quit playing.
No.
God created all of us. I'm quit playing.
No, that's a lifestyle they chose. They still created them. Yeah.
This was dude here.
But I'm going from biology here. I'm a biology major.
Okay.
And, you know, the mother and the father, both, they contribute 23 chromosomes, 23 genes, each one. So it's 96 total to make up, you know, a child. So regardless of what we want to call ourselves, you know, that's our prerogative. But now we're going from if God created us all, if there's such thing as a white person or a black person, let's go with that. So let's go with Barack Obama. You know, but it's indisputable, undeniable that Barack Obama's mother is a Caucasian so-called white woman.
From Kansas. Can't get any whiter than that.
Yeah, that's right. So we cannot deny that white woman, that's his mother. Like I have a black mother and I have a black mother.
Mm-hmm.
So now I can call myself, you know, Jigaboo if I want. That's just me. But biologically, you know, gene and biology, I cannot deny that. Nobody can. So if they do, they're foolish. So a person, a child is confused. Well, let's go with the right thing to call them. Now, they can change it if they want to. But the right thing, the only thing they can be, they are biracial. There's no doubt about it. They can't say they are neither one. They are both. I'm glad I can say I got a black mother and a black father. I am a pure, whole black person. I'm glad I can say it. But if I were the other way, I would be biracial regardless of what anybody want to call me or call myself. I've been waiting for somebody to get that point, you know, the biology and genetics and stuff, and nobody haven't. So I don't know why, man.
I've been trying to make the point, but I get shot down. So.
What you got to support out here?
I appreciate that. I did. I just said that you just pointed out that, we are 50% our mothers, 50% our dads.
Yes, sir.
I mean, the fact that I think, and Rhonda was on point. It is not so much how I self-identify, it's how people identify me.
Correct.
That's the perception of the person. Like we were talking about, it ain't the wearer of the dress, it's the person looking at the dress.
Exactly.
So it's all those things where it's the other people. But I wouldn't make anybody feel badly, making people feel badly because they might choose to do what is part of them.
And you're right, and neither would I. But at the end of the day, there's a right and a wrong. There's a right that person is biology and genetics identifies them. But I'm like you, I would never make one feel bad. But at the end of the day, it's they are biracial. That's all it is to it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for taking my call.
All right, appreciate it.
Sure.
What's that? Being gay is not a lifestyle. People are born gay.
Man, stop it, man.
Your God created them that way.
Stop it. I mean, that's just like me. I'm
not
being
gonna go down that rabbit
No,
hole.
I'm not.
And I should.
I'm
not.
not. But that's just like me being an armed robber.
I should have said it tongue in cheek.
But that's just like me being an armed robbery.
Okay.
I wasn't born a robber. I became a robber. Stop it, man. But yeah, those time for break anyway. I need something to drink, Clark. Think I'm gonna go out to the car too. I don't know.
You need to put that shovel up. All right, you're listening to
digging myself in the hole.
I told you let's not, but no. Clark, he's a habitual line stepper, man. You try to tell him, but no.
Hey, man, don't get me started. Understand.
Yes, and someone just asked. I know I miss him too. Be healthy, be you.
Oh yeah.
I did bump into Nicole Gladley. They will be returning in February.
Yeah, hold on, man. Hand clap for that. Hand clap. For that.
I mean, if everything works out, it's always good.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me take the hand claps away.
Okay. You're listening to Community Voice. The phone line's open 414-444-5250. Oh, okay. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. Parris. All right, welcome back. And again, the phone line's open 414-444-5250, 414-444-5250. And we were talking about the question, if a person is biracial, should they be able to identify if they choose to be white? But and then I think we did get a call where there were people who were talking about the pronouns now and how people don't necessarily want you. That's the whole issue right now around trans and what people are doing, people's reaction to that. People seem to be pretty seem to be pretty fixed. If you're born a male, then you're born a male. And they're not taking into account that there could be some other things that are going on emotionally and even neurologically that's going on in terms of how you then view yourself. But we become so emphatic that that this is what it is. Now, when we bring science into it, then we realize it's just more complicated. I don't think that one, you're talking about such a tiny percentage of the population that is trans and what that means, but we don't want men playing in women's sports, and people have been able to take that canard and kind of run with it when we know that that's not the case. That hasn't been the case. Now, here's where biology kicks in. There is Sotomayor. There's a woman, she was 400 meters, I think. 400 meters, South African. Her testosterone is such that it's almost where she's almost male based on her hormones, but she's not. And that the question becomes, how much of that qualifies you as a woman? How much of that will qualify you as a man? Because in many, if not all rules of science, there's always an exception to that rule. You always have to open up the possibility that something else can happen. So if we have where 80+% of the population is fixed female, fixed male, you could have them where there are deviations of that, right? That does happen. We do things like, melanin is a great example. Albinos, right? Every culture has albinos, where there's someone who does not even, people think Europeans. Yes, they're albinos. They're melanin deficient. So, but then that becomes the exception to the general rule, where when we look at complexion, most people have a certain level of melanin, right? So I think when we have the conversation, when we center around what I believe, the science is the heavy lifting, right? Maybe to go in and try to understand, what, and they did a little clip out, but even when we have conversations around sex and sexuality, I think the facts matter. Or even when Meech is calling in and basically spouting eugenic kind of precepts, this idea that you have a dominant, gene, and other than complexion, and there could be a lot going in to that we're part of the world, because our complexions are dictated from the part of the world that our ancestors are from. We're dark because we're in a very hot environment in Africa. That's what makes us dark. You look at people who are from what would be the people who are Asian Indians, and you can go, and certainly the Dalit people are darker than many of us, but they're not African, but they're from an environment that is very hot, and over thousands of years, how evolution works. Why do we even have like darker skin? The darker skin was there as a protection to the sun. If I'm not as exposed to the sun as it might be in Europe's parts of Asia that's north, right, then I don't need that protection, right? That's the human body has not evolved or doesn't need that evolutionary change. And we're changing every day. And I know that there are people who pushback on Darwinism, and they say that I didn't come from no ape. No, it doesn't say that. He was talking about actually when you think about the beginning of the human species, actually came from the ocean, right? That's just how it is. And then with adaptive evolutionary science, environmental things like the giraffes, their necks are long because they kept stretching to reach to get food based on survival. So when we look at it, and then the our ecosystem is very, very complicated and complex.
Say that again. So you said that the giraffes did what again?
The necks
Yeah.
stretched so they could, we're talking thousands of years, so they could reach food.
So they weren't made like that out the gate. They actually became that. No. I'm
No, I think
asking.
they evolved like species do.
Okay.
Again, folks, we're talking now sometimes hundreds of thousands of years. This is not like
So why
last
haven't
week.
we changed?
We are changing. We are changing. Every day we're changing.
So are we changing from? Well, you know what? I do kind of agree because when you look at the kids nowadays, it seemed like that the kids now
are bigger,
are taller and bigger. Than,
we're bigger than the generation
than
before us.
Yeah, because you look at the and that's true because you look at the generation even before my time that was playing basketball in the 80s, like the late 70s and 80s, that was 20 years old, but they looked like George Jefferson.
Mhm.
So compared to our 20 years old, I mean, our 20-year-old people that we
then,
didn't look like how.
And then the environment, for example. So for many of us, you're probably one of the last generations, we walked everywhere.
Yeah.
But with our relative prosperity, people have cars.
So, yeah, that is crazy because you look at just some of the 20-year-old now, and you look at how they look with all of the facial hair, and they look older, and it's like.
But we had people in school. I went. There was he was president of our student body when I was a sophomore. Nick Eyre, man. Nick Eyre had a full beard. I thought,
at 20,
he was 18.
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, I mean, there were guys who you looked at and they had matured differently.
Yeah.
Than we did. But I mean, it's all part of we're adapting to the environment. It's and I said, it really comes down to survival. How do you survive in an environment?
Yeah.
Viruses are trying to survive. That's why they mutate, right? Now we look at they're trying to destroy it. No, they don't look at it. You're looking at it from a negative, positive kind of point where we're just looking at it as it is.
Right.
And so then it's like water will seek its natural level. No matter how much damming we do, you get all the rain, you get more rain than the systems are able to hold. And then we get widespread flooding. Right. I mean, there are things in terms of the planet, and the planet is heating up, and then people go, well, it's getting colder. And no, when you talk about that climate change is noticing that the icebergs are breaking up, right? Because just of the heat of the ocean or the temperature of the ocean. So understanding that, and many of us, we don't take science classes. We don't take. And then if we did, some of us, it wasn't serious. I mean, we're not doctors, we're not physicists, so we can only go on our understanding as we know it. But again, like when it comes around to issues of sex and sexuality, I think a lot of what really influenced my thinking was the time that I worked at Planned Parenthood, because we got a greater understanding of human sexuality. And where I had to step away from, my home environment where, I won't even tell you what my sex education talk was at home, because it really wasn't. Just don't get anybody pregnant. Oh, that's effective. But, to be able to understand, I remember part of me getting the job there, everyone has to go through this sex education, for lack of a better term, class. Their women had babies and there was parts of their bodies that they weren't even familiar with. So, I mean, it's an ignorance, but it's not an invincible ignorance, which means it's something we can learn. We just take the time to learn it and go where the facts lead us. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hey, Keith. Good morning. Good morning again.
Good morning.
You know, how many of us African Americans in this here country, over many hundreds of years, have white blood in our nationality?
Many of us.
There you go. Exactly. Okay. Thank you.
All right. And let me, like Oprah thought that she was, what is she? When they did her ancestry, she thought that there was some indigenous. They go, no, you're purely African. So
don't. I mean, some of us have Indian.
Yep. Some of us have European blood.
Because if I'm correct, I would have to ask my parents, but I believe that they told us that we come from the Black Cherokee. I believe it's the Black Cherokee line. Yeah.
Black Cherokee.
Yeah, Black Cherokee.
Well, there was some intermingling of indigenous people and African people, especially in places. I think it was the Choctaw that's in Mississippi. Cherokee was like Georgia, Tennessee.
The South,
Seminole was. These are major. There are all these other little smaller tribes, but I know Choctaw because a lot of those groups were displaced. The Trail of Tears when they moved them from Southeast and out into the Great Plains. So I mean, it could happen. I look at my grandfather and those folks, and I wonder. My mother tells a story, though. My grandfather on her dad's side got this land because he had worked for this white woman. So I wonder, was there some type of relationship or kinship or something there that allowed him to get that land? Because very, very, very fair, not light past, but fair, very fair people. In terms of complexion. So
light bright.
Yeah, in my immediate family it's just me and my mom, this complexion.
Oh. But everybody else is
me
darker?
And my mom, my grandfather, yeah.
Wow.
Which was boy, my grandmother, now we talk about colorism. And my grandmother, when I was like a fat little shaper, my grandma used to love taking me around because people just love look at that. Look at him. He's just so. And I knew part of that was it couldn't have been my complexion, was it, grandmother? I mean,
well, yeah.
Where
now that you look at it.
Huh?
So, but now that you look back,
could have been. I mean, it's
because it just seemed like it was more acceptable back then.
Yeah. And and I don't know where this happened for me. I don't know how much it was my mother, because normally, people say you marry your mother.
Yeah.
People that kind of either look like your mom or act like your mom. I didn't. And I was just thinking about her the other day. And no disrespect, Clark, but Pamela. I love Pam. My mama couldn't stand Pam.
Really?
Oh, my mother couldn't stand Pam. And I thought that was but it wasn't because of how Pam looked. It was because my mama and Pam were so much alike.
And your mother knew that Pam was.
And my mother could identify
that
they were so much alike.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe that was part of the attraction. So maybe I was attracted to my mom. But I'm trying to get to what I was, because I kind of mentioned it on the air the other day. I don't know how I got to this sense of I found dark women to be attractive. And this goes back to maybe second grade. I don't know. And again, because environment creates what we think is beautiful, And you got those Eurocentric values out there, light skin, straight hair. And not saying that's not beautiful. I'm just saying, and then I said and I thought about it because, and I still remember the young lady's name, man. You know?
Like I was like the light skinned women, but till I got older, I'm more attracted to dark.
So you know
women.
what, man? I think because it's crazy because I think it's like a flip side because for, brown skinned and dark skinned men, it seemed like that they are more attracted to light skinned women.
Well, they always say the opposites. Yeah. That you could have opposites in terms of, but like I said, environment creates what we find as being beautiful, and I just want, and that's not good or bad. I just wonder what it was that because there's a flip side of that there were people there who thought light-skinned women were really attractive. That was their, well, let's say everybody got a type, but it was always you and I don't know where it came from. Again, I know how my mother talked. I know that my mother always just shouted out, in her mind, the darker you were, the more beautiful you were. That was my mother.
Now, I did hear,
and
I'm sure a couple of these fellas over here can contest, says the darker the berry, the sweeter. No, that's true, ain't it?
Well, I think that.
So what you say, no, Debo?
Yeah, he said no. Let's keep it moving. So we.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not. Oh, this dude took it there. No, I'm not talking about.
Put the lighter up because the gasoline is already out.
I'm not talking about that. I was talking about as far as how they treat you.
But I think our perception of beauty is our environment. All these different things that shape. I do believe this, and I'm sure somebody say, but most people got a type.
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying a physical type.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing about love that's so powerful. Love will make you go beyond a physical type.
Love will make you do wrong. Love and happiness.
Who did that horn work on that?
I don't know,
because that horn
they was playing from experience. They was hitting them notes from experience.
One of the brothers came. I don't know if they sang the song. But one of the brothers came up to me after church, and I don't know if they did. I got a feeling. He said, I just kept looking for Reverend Leah Lottie Love.
Got a feeling.
I said, man, don't be talking about my pastor. That's my pastor, Leah Lottie Love. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning.
Hey, Keith.
Yes, sir.
What was really weird what you were talking about was one time I went through the whole 8th grade of girls asking somebody to go with me, man. I was rejected every time. And when they
you'd have dropped another 20th century term. Go with.
You go with me?
That's up there with do her up.
Yeah. Do up. Yeah. Do up.
Man, I'm telling you, to get rejected when you were 13, 14, man, your ego is blown up right in your face.
I told y'all that's why that song "I Found Love on a Two-Way Street" and "Lost It on Lonely Highway." I was 12 years old.
Man, that was my theme song because I met this girl named Annie P. Man, that girl was chocolate beautiful, man. And then next thing you know, we went up to the upstairs, downstairs, and she was with somebody else. Man, that was it for me.
Broke your heart.
No, that was chocolate, but that was pure deep African chocolate. I'm telling you.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him. Pretty Ricky, what they call him. Oh man, don't even take me back to rejection. Oh Lord,
hey,
man.
Brother, and then you ever went to ask somebody to dance at the party in the basement and they said, nope, I'm waiting for such.
That's the coldest shot. That's the coldest shot.
Hey, and then you see dudes be like, I didn't want to dance with you anyway.
That's why you see a lot of parties getting broke up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's why a whole lot of parties get shut down. You know,
hey, and then the other thing was you be in the party, all the light skinned dudes, all of a sudden all the gangsters come in, or we call them the what is that, the
slangers?
Slangers come in and they want to beat up all the light skinned dudes. You know?
Yeah, all of the Al B. Sure looking guys, all the Al B. Sure looking dudes.
You be hanging out up against the wall, and every time and then, man, I tell you who saved me, a guy named Tommy Webb, Rufus Crawford. Man, I had all kind of people save me from getting my Michael Ardick. I had all kind of people save me from getting my butt whooped simply because I was just there.
Well, are you light skinned?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Doc. It's
Light,
over
light,
with.
damn near white.
It's over with it. Yeah. You gonna fall into that Al B. Shore, Christopher Williams raid.
I never liked your pretty.
Anyway,
hey, Jermaine, y'all. The only thing that got me through, I was funny.
He cracked jokes.
I guess you would develop a sense of humor. How you gonna get through your pain? Laugh?
Yeah, because your legs tired of running.
Yeah. Well, there's a guy I know, man. He from Western New York, and he used to go out to this particular suburb where these beautiful sisters were, and you know he light skinned, the hair, the whole piece. He said I was fighting every day because I had to show these dudes I wasn't no punk. Yeah. You know, because man. But anyway,
but them girls, I remember like Betty E, Annie T, all kind of girls that I asked, man.
Hey, T, these women might still be alive, bro.
They are.
Oh. All right, you listening to Community Voice.
Hey.
Wow. Boy, between you and Jamaica get an address, security number.
You can find them.
You can find them. I ain't calling no names, but I'm going to give you the rest of the demographic. You're going to like, no. Yeah. Some guys asked me to prom, and I said no to him. Then I asked another guy to prom. He said no to me. Rejection gets us. That's what you get. And I told you, I was begging you for you to go to prom with me. That's what you get.
He set it up and told his guy, hey, she going to come holler at you.
I took my best friend in high school to prom. So, hey, that's kind of loser I was.
Hey, I stood this girl up for prom. She probably still looking for me, too. But I told her I was on my way.
2003 was Capitol Drive. He's here to move.
Hey, so
let me thank all the callers. Debo, thank you. Clark, thank you.
I ain't did nothing.
He ain't did nothing.
Presents, brother. Presents. J-Man, thank you.
You better believe it, Jack.
I hope you work out your thing with the Bucks. I hope you work that out.
I'm telling you, man, just as long as we don't trade AJ.
Because you're bringing me down, bro.
Hey, Clark, who's that guy you said you want the Bucks to get?
Hey, man, bye, man. We got to go. We got bills to pay.
And any trade that 20's not involved in, I have a problem with. Good Lord, Willow Creek don't rise. Hope to talk to everybody tomorrow. And as always, go for this place in peace.